What up, everybody? I'm Brian Willis, no relation to Bruce, and we're back. Today, we're talking about the BMW X6 Competition and the Mercedes-Benz GLE AMG 63S Coupe. Now, I tried to talk about these two cars individually, but I dismally failed because it's hard to talk about one without mentioning the other. And when you look at them, you can see why, for obvious reasons. They are both coupes with oversized wheels. Now, let's start with the one that started it all, the BMW X6, the very first SAV, sports activity vehicle, or sports activity coupe. I remember an episode of Top Gear where Jeremy Clarkson said this car was built by a world for a world that doesn't really exist anymore. You think I'm lying? Check out episode 7, season 14. This was 15 years ago. Boy, oh boy, was he wrong. Not only did this unique combination of a tuxedo with cargo pants design win a Best Production Truck Award at the 2008 Eyes on Design Awards, a BMW press release from September 2008 indicated over 6,082 X6s were sold globally by the end of June that year. It goes without saying, the car was a huge hit. In fact, it was such a hit that everyone wanted a piece of the pie that BMW was eating by itself. We're talking Bentley. They came up with the Bentayga. We're talking Audi with the Q8, Porsche with the Cayenne, Rolls-Royce with the Cullinan, although with Rolls-Royce it's pretty much expected since it's just a bougie BMW. You got Lamborghini with the Urus. You got Ferrari with the weirdly named Puro Sangue. I'm sure that's vulgar in some language somewhere. Then there was even rumors of a Toyota Fortuner coupe. The biggest of the copycats, though, was the Mercedes GLE coupe. Speaking of which, let's talk more about it. Now, Mercedes being Mercedes, you know they had to go overboard. I mean, the name itself is a dead giveaway. Not only is this an AMG, not only is this a 63, which meant 6.3 liter in the good old days where the number was linked to the engine somehow, but it's a 63S. The S in this case means sport, because apparently the AMG didn't. Neither did the 6.3. This S, however, is not to be confused with the S from the S-Class. The S in the S-Class models stands for Sonderklasse in German, meaning, I kid you not, special class. Yes, this means everyone that drives an S-Class is... Anyway, I'm sure all those people can afford legal action, so let's not go there. Anyway, design-wise, I have to say the GLE was a proper design threat to the X6 for a good 2 to 3 generations. Then BMW said, hold my beer. Obviously, this is debatable, but I'm a BMW fanboy. And I say design-wise, the Beamer edges the GLE. But I will say there are times where I have to question my bias, because that GLE really looks good, but I feel like the Beamer is better looking. Both cars have aggressive looking vents at the front, and every hole you see at that front serves a purpose in both cars. The thirsty engines would then need all the air they can take. Under the hood, the Merc boasts a handcrafted bi-turbo 4-liter V8 that's capable of 0 to 100 in under 4 seconds. We're talking about 3.7, 3.8 seconds. Then we're talking about 603 ponies under the hood and 627 Newton meters of torque. That's all sent to the wheels via an AMG Speed Shift TCT 9-speed automatic transmission. It also has a 48-volt mild hybrid system, which adds 21 ponies, giving us about 624 brake horsepower. All this gives you a top speed of 280 kilometers per hour. This thing is thirsty though, and all that performance comes at a cost. You're looking at 5.9 kilometers per liter. That's not for play, pocket wise, but then again, it's an AMG 63 with an S at the end. You knew it wasn't cheap to maintain. You get an AMG self-leveling airmatic ride control with active ride stabilization as well as an active damper system. Oh, by the way, it lowers its air suspension when you open the trunk. Cause you were granny with bad joints buying a high performance SUV coupe. SAV, sorry. It's a bit of an unnecessary feature if you ask me. But it's Mercedes. Luxury is their thing. Speaking of luxury, let's move on to the inside of the Mercedes. You have better looking interior of the two, heated and ventilated leather seats, AMG badging everywhere, of course, massaging seats with power adjustment and memory features for the driver and passengers, wireless charging, heated and ventilated cup holders, 12.3-inch infotainment screen, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can change the ambient color lighting. Personally, I hate too much lighting inside when I'm driving at night. You got a 360 angle camera that makes parking easy as well as reversing. You got lots of features in the steering. The buttons can help you with your infotainment and your gauge cluster, and it does a lot. Reasonable leg room in the front. Rubbish grab handles in the middle. Seriously, why are those there? You got bad headroom at the back as well as leg room. It's a coupe, so shush. Now, moving on to the Beamer. With this one, you have a 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8, 617 brake horsepower with 750 newton meters of torque. It also has a 48-volt mild hybrid system, 0 to 100 in about 3.5 seconds, closely matched with the GLE. It's a matter of the driver, really. All this goes to the wheels via a high-performance 8-speed M-Steptronic sport transmission with DriveLogic technology. Top speed on this baby is 285 kilometers per hour. Again, all this performance comes at a cost. Consumption-wise, you're looking at 5.5 kilometers per liter. That's worse than the Merc. But hey, you burn that fuel with a huge smile on your face because, again, this isn't just an X6, it's an X6M Competition. You pull up to the fuel station and say, fill her up. You do not even look at gas prices. Now, the interior of the BMW, first off, there is way better placing of the grab handles, by far. I'm not really a fan of the shiny carbon fiber in the cabin. Otherwise, it's pretty much a matter of preference. Both have touchscreens. Downside on the BMW, however, is all AC controls are in the screen, meaning it's a bit of a faff. Heated and cooled cup holders, wireless charging, split opening center console. Seats look way better than the Mercedes in my opinion. M stitching everywhere. I'm not complaining. Carbon fiber paddles, that's where the carbon fiber should be. 12.3-inch digital cluster gauge. I love the hidden hooks and C-type ports in the back of the front seats. Back seat is pretty cramped, like the Merc, because of the sloping roofline. Both have similarly designed trunks and covers. You're not fussing about actual numbers for the boot space when you're looking at these two cars. They have enough space for your groceries. That's all you need to know, really. I mean, I don't understand this whole cubic what, you can fit this, you can fit that. It's big enough, okay? At the end of the day, Merc really nailed their copycat game here. And because they had a reference model in the BMW, the Merc tends to be a bit more refined in a lot more areas. But that's the thing about Merc. It's always been a bit more refined, a bit more bougie compared to the BMW. But that's not to say BMW doesn't deliver. If you want a more lively connection to the road, then the sheer driving pleasure of the ultimate driving machine will not disappoint you. So, which one are you picking? And which car would you like for me to talk about next? That's it for today. I'm Brian Willis, no relation to Bruce.